Yeah, it's like that. Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome to Watch This Now. Fantasy Island is a movie that exists because it's based on a television series from the 1970s, because we all love movies based on TV shows from the 70s. I never watched the original Fantasy Island, but I thought it was just about people vacationing to some dope-ass tropical island. But apparently, it's actually Magic Island. People come to this island and their fantasies come to life, but with a dark side. In this movie adaptation, I would say that it is the horror spin on this concept, but a group of people head to Fantasy Island because they believe that they have won a contest and they are there to have their deepest desires brought to life. But once they start playing out their fantasies, it feels a little too real to them, and things quickly spiral out of control. And my god, this is the worst movie of the year. It better be the worst movie of 2020. If I see a movie that is worse than Fantasy Island this year, it's gonna be a problem. I hate to go here, but I have to be critical. The director of this movie, Jeff Wadlow, has not had the best track record with directing, but you know what? I've been secretly rooting for him because he made his feature directorial debut in 2005 with a bad teen thriller called Cry Wolf, and I connected with it because it came out when I was 14, and I just liked it. But my god, he also made Truth or Dare, which was the worst attempt at a horror film until now, with Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island is a complete and utter mistake on every level. The director said in an interview recently that it's like 4 movies in one, and yeah, not a compliment to your own movie, dude. It is not good. This is broken down into like 4 different movies in one, and with each one of those individual movies, it's like trying to do 2 different movies, and then they're all trapped in this bigger movie, and I just don't know what anyone was thinking. How did this get greenlit? Like, the concept of this is good, and the idea of being careful what you wish for and your fantasies turning on you. That's perfect for a horror film. But this is barely trying to be a horror film. It's really trying to be an action film. When it tries to be a horror film, it tries to remind you like, oh yeah, remember? This is a horror film because we have like black sludgy covered people walking around in the background, leaving sludgy footprints around and like being weird, and there's constantly the sound of water dripping as if that's supposed to be terrifying. No, it's annoying. It's really annoying. Not only is this trying to be 72 different movies in one, but it doesn't even have good characters to work with. And I won't lie, I like this cast. This is like a solid B horror movie level cast. This is perfect. I'm the kind of person that can get down with a nice cast in this tropical location off the coast of anywhere. But this movie wastes everyone, and the characters are just plain, they're so awful. We got Maggie Q. She plays a woman who wishes she had a husband and daughter, whatever. She's basic. But she's probably the best of the group because you have Lucy Hale, who is there to get revenge on a school bully. She's this party girl bitch. And I like Lucy Hale, but oh man, is she trying at points in this movie. And boy, does it just, I need more alcohol. Austin Stowell plays this guy who wants to be an army soldier because his dad was, and that tries to be action-y and dramatic. But none of them are as bad as Ryan Hansen and Jimmy O Yang, which is funny because they were just in Like a Boss a month ago. And I was like, oh, I like their screen chemistry. This is good. And I mean, at least they had that going. Otherwise, I think I would have walked out of the theater. I would have walked out. These 2 characters are insufferable. It's like Beavis and Butthead brought to life, but not entertaining. They're like wearing matching outfits and high-fiving a lot, and they're just absolutely depressingly annoying. It was so horrible. Their dialogue was so grating. Every character interaction they had was just so basic, and oddly enough, the writers seem to be trying to give them the sort of best through line or storyline or progression, and I'm like, can we just kill these people off like immediately? That would have been entertaining, but this movie is anything but. Not only can it not have a cohesive narrative for the life of itself, but it tries to jam a million different things into this movie that it doesn't even become entertaining. Like, whenever a fantasy scenario gets exciting, we then cut away to a different scenario going on. So we're cutting around so much that anytime anything is exciting in these fantasy scenarios, Well, they lose their sense of urgency because we immediately hop to something else. I mean, there are times when characters' lives are at risk, and then we're just like, cut away, and then it's like 10 minutes until we get back to them, and they're in the middle of, a life-threatening situation, and you're just like, oh, okay, oh yeah, we're back to this. Now listen, I like a bad movie. I like a bad movie all the time. I figured this would be along the lines of Truth or Dare. I probably should have had a couple drinks before seeing this one. Maybe it would have been watchable. It was so boring, and you would think with this setup we could at least have some fun fantasy scenarios, something along the lines of Final Destination, or even more recently with Escape Room, like some sort of horror film that has these sequences that make it memorable, that could make it maybe a franchise, and maybe we'd get a good sequel, but this movie doesn't even have that going for it. It ruins its own concept. The fantasies are so basic and boring and dull and just kind of just like, who let this happen? And I'm just talking about surface level stuff here. I'm not getting into even any of the details. This is totally spoiler free. You're not even getting so much of just like the batshit what the fuckery this movie has going for it. Like, I had a feeling as it was going that once we got to the root of how magical this island was, it was gonna be something, and this movie is so stupid. But it's not even the right kind of stupid that would make me say, you've gotta see this to believe this. No. Don't see this. Don't ever see this. If it's streaming, if it's free, if someone begs you, say, no. I don't have time in my life for that. I'm gonna give Fantasy Island a 1 out of 5. This movie was complete garbage. The action scenes were so horribly filmed and edited and displayed. It was just so awful. Everything about this movie, I just don't understand. I don't get it. I'll give you permission now. If I ever get the chance to fulfill my dreams of becoming a filmmaker and I turn something out like this, feel free to remind me what a piece of shit it is. What did you guys think of Fantasy Island? I hope you didn't see it. I hope no one has seen it. I hope I can get this in front of as many eyeballs as possible. I feel like this movie is like the tape from The Ring, and you just can't watch it. You just gotta stay away. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to watch this now. All of the above, your call, just do it, and I'll see you in the next video.